Pauline. I am still trying to figure stuff out on this thing. So that I can actually see. Can you hear me okay? Hey, cat. Oh my god. Oh my god. And just had a period in the end. But how are you guys doing? And how's the sound and everything? I am still, like I said, I am figuring out setups and whatnot. And this thing went, not the camera, but the software had a mind of its own today, and I was trying to fuss with that, so I don't even know what happened there. But I'm hoping that this is fine. And if it's like this, then I'll just change my setup. I didn't have time to change my setup. Some of my crystals are kind of off screen, but you know, I'll figure that out. I don't know what's going on with that. But yeah, today's our collective reading, and I don't even know what's happening anymore on Tuesdays. I just feel like putting a random name and saying that it's a collective card reading because I'm just at a loss right now for what it should or shouldn't be or anything like that. Hey, Gloria. Yeah, I don't know what it is because I kind of have some of that energy on because I wake up and I'm ready to do something, but I have something I'm putting the energy into. So it's almost like I wake up and I'm doing those things, like multiple things. So it's like even though I have tons of energy, it's all going into something. So I think that's what's helping me. So do you guys want to pick the cards again today? Because now you can see them better and everything. So I can put a bunch of decks up here for you guys to look at. And I need 2 tarot like last time and 4 oracle for our very large collective reading. See, I was never actually on it till I started doing stuff, so this is pretty much what I know with it, so I guess being late has its perks. So do you guys want me to put the tarots up for you guys to pick 2 tarots, or you just want me to pick 2 tarots? Because I'm fine with either one. Okay, Owen. I think all my tarot is tarot, you know. But what, we don't have to worry about that. Okay, since no one is making a decision, I'm gonna make a decision for you guys. That is you guys needing to make a decision. So I'm gonna go ahead and start putting these up here. Hey, Sam. Show me this. Here, I'm gonna put this one over here. You guys are gonna get to pick 2 tarots, okay? For this one. And then we'll go on to, I keep bumping my head, for the collective reading. This is a collective reading, so you get to pick 2 tarot decks for the collective readings. We're gonna scoot that one up here. Maybe you should go up here. You're tinier, kinda. You need. You are tiny, but yet the light is blocking your name. But you guys know what this deck is. You've had some reads from it, so you should be okay with that. And you guys know what this one. It's a little harder than I thought. This is fairies. If you guys need me to push it back, I can just do that. If you guys want to look at something more closely, I'm just going to put them up here. And if you feel there are 2 that you're just like, yes, or there's one that you automatically are just like, I want to see that one. I keep bumping my head on the computer, and you guys are going to be able to see my hair moving around because there's just so much view on this camera. And I'm going to stop after this one. If you guys still feel maybe there's something in there for me, scoot you. But, dreams. Silver on the right end. You mean, are you talking about the fountain one that you're always drawn to? Hey, Rajan. Baby blue one behind Muse. So you're wanting fairy. Muse. The other one, oh, this one is the Ethereal Visions, and it's actually gold, it's not silver. That's why I got confused when you said silver. Okay, so we have some front runners starting to come up here, so I'm going to start putting some of these down, and then you guys can start deciding between the front runners. No, the one you just picked up for Owen. Okay, so I'll leave this up here, and then we'll go through it like that. This one was still up here. Okay, so it's 2 out of these. Anyone saying fairies? Once, going twice, going into the box. Okay. Now, was there anyone for fountain? You're picking the 2 decks. The 2 top decks are going to be in the collective reading I'm doing today. Okay, wow. At least you're very free with sharing things with us. Okay. So we got another muse. We got a fountain. Okay, so how many of you are saying muse? Because I've seen muse a few times, so I think muse might end up being one of them, because I think I've seen at least 3 or more. Okay, so we're coming back down to some more. Now, you think your tummy's angry with you. But, so we have this now. Where are we going? What'd you do to your tummy to make it angry? Sorry, I didn't mean to kick the camera. But, I know you have found it, but we have to go with majority here, and it's going to be 2 out of what we had the most votes for here. And I think muse is probably going to be one of them from what I've been seeing. Okay, we got a Muse Gaia, Tarot of Dreams, Ethereal, come on guys. Got another Ethereal and Dream of Gaia, so far we got Ethereal Visions starting to come to the front here. Ethereal, do 3 decks. You guys are just gonna make me do even more of them? Okay. But what are we doing in between? It seems like Ethereal's up in the front. Okay, we're definitely gonna do Ethereal. So that's out. Now out of these 3, give me a definite or a definite 2. We got Tarot of Dreams. We got some dreams going up. Okay. And Muse. Okay. That, I will do 3 for you guys today. So this is our tarot. So go ahead and put this back here. Oh my gosh, it's already yelling at me to drink water. So now I am going to but okay, so now I'm gonna start just putting up groups of Oracle, and you guys are just gonna tell me which one out of that group is like that one. But I'm gonna start putting some up here, so we can decide. We're already doing this tarot, so I'm just gonna put some random ones up here. Okay, and okay. So so for the oracles for this pick, there's going to be 3 other picks, guys. So if there definitely is one in here that you guys are like fighting over, I'll put it to the back with another group. But so anyone feeling the energy, soul's journey, earth magic, self-care, and Owen's tea leaf deck. Yeah, thanks, Sam. So we got a soul journey and self-care, soul and self-care, a shore. Okay, so far we have these 2 that are kind of up here right now, so I'll just go ahead and put these back here. Now there's going to be a lot more oracle coming out here, so we're going to bring some astrology out. Okay. Zodiacs. So we got Zodiac Oracle. We got the Numinous. The astrology reading. And then Black Moon. We got a Black Moon, astrology, okay, wait, Black Moon, okay, let's flip that over. So far Black Moon has the most. let's go ahead and call it a black moon. Okay, so let us remember what we got. Okay, so we're gonna go into some of these. Now I'm doing this because these all have themes. The third I placed is, of course, the fairies one, Owen. But, so we got fairies over, we got fairies on this side. We got some mermaids in the middle. And we have angels right here. So it's kind of like what direction you guys want to go. Do you want some fairies, mermaids, angels? To narrow it down. And then we can go from there from picking between the two. Fairies. Moon is actually her tail that looks like one. It's a mermaid. So that's one of the mermaid oracles. You guys are just feeling it today, huh? Like, unless you want to trade out one of your other ones back here for a mix. Because if you like two of these more than one of these back here, we can put them back. This is going to be a curated reading. Because it seems like you guys are going between fairies and mermaids here. And you guys got 3 tarots. You're not going to have me reading every one of my oracle decks. Okay, so you guys want to trade out the Soul's Journey for the fairies? Just keep putting them back in there. Which one, guys? demanding some fairies. Okay, so for those of you who were thinking some mermaids, I'm gonna put these over here. Put a couple things up here with them. I'm still on the one ice. So we have the mermaids over here still, and then we have goddess power, mystical shaman, or the secret language of light. You talking about the light one, Pauline? The one with the eyes. So you like the shaman one? Wait. Okay, you guys need to tell me some names here because just you guys are talking. We need polls. I know, I need to learn to set up some polls here, but I think it still wouldn't work because you guys are saying the ones on the left and the front instead of the names. You guys think it's too much? You want me to read 3 tarots? Too many options. So, are you guys feeling this pretty one in the front? Because I saw a couple of you guys. One in my hand. And the goddess one. So we're gonna put these down so there's no more of that running around. Now, it seems like more are going back and forth between the shinies. So, either secret or goddess. I need to see secret or goddess. That's all I gotta see from you guys. This one's secret, and this one's goddess. So far, secret has more. Secret. Okay. So, this is what you guys got going for you today. So, get the show on the road then. I think the first thing I want to pull is from the Secret Language of Light, just to kind of get some energies. Then we can work down to the Tarot of Dreams, that loud thing. Get some Black Moon going, the Muse, with the Fairies, and then Ethereal, while winding up with some self-care. Okay, let's go. My goodness, Owen. And yeah, we can do the triangle if you guys want to do the triangle. Oh, not meaning to scoot those. Let me brace for impact. It's already wanting the ring. I ain't even doing anything yet. Okay, so before we get started, let's do the singing triangle. And let me know if you guys are hearing it well enough. Okay. So, let's get this started. With the collective energy. out because Tuesdays just love having surprises now. It's not going to be hair slips anymore, it's just what's going to be happening because this camera has a wider view. So when I'm moving around, you guys are going to be able to see the hair. My hair's grown out a lot though. Like I got a haircut, but it's like, it has the color still, but you can see like I have like a lot of growth, which I'm really happy that I'm having such fast growth too. But yeah, it's still very purple and pink, and you can still see some of the blue in there too. I don't know how my hair holds color so well, to be honest with you. Oh, we got two. So the first one that we have out right here, I'm gonna do it like this so we can see. But this one is Inner Revolution, Inward, not inner, it's an inward revolution. And I'm trying to see where you guys can see, because I have this, maybe that'll make it better. There, yeah, you guys can see the card better without that light. So this inward revolution, as you can see, it has like a lot of reds in here, and it's really like speaking to that grounding energy. But it also has almost like this electricity that's golden. Now this is really making me think of, especially since it has in the picture, let me show you guys, this right here like is actually like strands of DNA going up through this card. Even though it looks like a lightning bolt, it's actually a strand of DNA that's doing the strike. So there's a couple things coming up with that one. It's like, for one, grounding's definitely needed. It could be why we're all feeling so like, you know, there's all this energy going on, which there is. There's tons of energy happening right now. And there's a lot of, literally pretty much every day this month, there is something happening energy-wise that is like, you know, by itself usually is a lot, but it's all happening in 1 month. Now, that's why this grounding, like down to your core, is pretty much what I'm hearing is so important, because you need to be grounded at your core here. And you also need to get back to your very essence. And that's what all this energy is trying to help you do, even though it's very overwhelming. It's trying to help you build that confidence in your own essence. And this one right here is pretty much trying to reinforce that, because it's saying that you are the universe. So this whole energy right here, and it's an energy that is an 11 energy with 29. So what it's coming through here is like a very spiritual kind of energy, and understanding that within ourselves. This also has people looking towards this temple, which is very interesting. I know I keep putting it down and picking it back up, but it has these people looking towards this temple where there's actually angel wings up here that is coming down and creating this light. So this is also a lot about your connection. Like if you've been working on trying to deepen your connection, this kind of grounding energy while all this is going on is going to do that with everything around you. It's not just going to be like a deepening connection with yourself, it's going to be with the people that are in your life. If you're trying to connect to your guides more, it's going to do that. It's like this is very propelling energy, to where if you're doing this, it's actually going to naturally click into place. So it's not going to be as difficult, so to speak, to connect if you're actually trying to do that right now. Okay. Well, that's a lot. So I'm going to take the one that's on top and flip the others back over. So, so this one right here, with Let Go. This whole, for one, I started hearing Let It Go playing with like this vibrant blue, and like, it was just everything in that moment when that card fell out. So definitely, if you've been feeling like quite the ice queen, you got to start letting some of those walls come down. Otherwise, you're just going to keep making things harder for yourself. Now, another thing here is there's a bunch of sacred geometry in this picture. So it's really trying to get you to see the intricacies of life, be a little more discerning, trying to make you think more with the inner strength that you're going to be getting from using this grounding energy, and understanding like your own gifts and not having to be in competition with other people. Just being able to speak what is good for you, and then let go of the rest without letting it just pull you completely down, because this is all about just, being able to stay in this energy. And what's interesting is up here in this picture, I don't really know if you can see it that well. Let me see if I can turn on my light to see if it can show you guys. Maybe? Huh? But there's like this kind of etching up here that looks I know it's like trying to focus in and it's not working with me with that little light. But this thing right here looks like kind of like technology, like, all of the coding, like the motherboard on a computer, things like that. So it's really making me think also like your communications over the internet is going to be bringing you a lot of this as well, or at least helping you with gathering the information you need in order to do these things. And you guys got another sword. And I don't know why this one reminded me of Sailor Moon. We're just gonna... So we got Let It Go and we got Sailor Moon coming up with both of these energies that I'm feeling from these, which is kind of funny. So you got Let It Go and you got Alignment. Now, if you look at these colors, this starts transitioning from the blues once you start going through that Let It Go phase with, your discernment, really working on that. And then the blues get less, but the pinks and purples and these golds start picking up, like how we're seeing the golds here. It's almost like that confidence rises. And with pink, I think a lot of rose quartz and self-love, because the heart chakra is associated with pink and green. I tend to think of green as more of love towards others, and pink, love towards yourself, like self-compassion. So having these angel wings lit up in all those colors is almost like taking flight. But it's pretty much, I think that's probably why it made me think of Sailor Moon. Besides the love energy that comes in here, is the fact that it's like a transformation. It's coming into alignment after going through this, because it's almost like the sword you had actually grew wings, and it took all the energy that it was gathering, that it needed here, all the lessons it needed, information, and just put it into this and just had a complete transformation with it. But that's all you doing that energy. That isn't someone coming in and giving you that energy. So let's see the bottom. Man, there's all about some inner voice. We even got flat out inner voice here. So if we look at this one, it has a couple symbolisms here. It has angel wings, but they look like hands that are holding this crown. Now, obviously, it's going to have some reference to the crown chakra and our connection that we're feeling with this. But it's also stepping into your power, because like the solar plexus, it has a lot of energy that reminds us of Leo, that inner child energy, that playfulness. But it also has like that heart. And in this crown, there's actually hearts that are inside of it, and it has the pink too, so it's still self-compassion here. There's a lot of self-love and compassion coming through this that's helping the grounding process and actually helping you to get to this place where your wings are holding your dreams, basically. It's like, it's effortless. And this almost, right here going between the wings really makes me think of the shape of a rainbow. So even if you're not feeling it now, just, it's almost like this feeling of hope that this is going to happen. You're just working through the phases of getting there. So even though this is hard work, it's really worth the reward in the end. You just have to keep holding your faith with it. So let's see what the Tarot of Dreams has to say. As much as I love this deck, taking them out of the box is probably one of the more awkward things. Okay, so let's see what wants to come out for the collective. Oh, first thing out is the High Priestess, just wanting to jump out there, and Three of Swords reversed. So this coming out with this inward revolution energy, like, that's some very high attunement there, and just being like, you know, I know this isn't working for me. Like, that's just straight out the gate. Like, you have been definitely getting some more knowledge. You've been understanding more about dualities. You've been becoming way more in tune with your intuition, and realizing that certain things that are actually hurting you and at a very deep pain level, some of it's karmic for some of you that you're learning to release, and you're finding that balance and that harmony now that comes with releasing this. And it's actually helping you to unleash some creativity as well. And then we have the Eight of Cups reversed coming out on this You Are the Universe. The energy that's keeping a lot of you from feeling like you deserve this is literally not being able to let go of some of this energy. And the reason you can't let go of it is because it's emotional. Because logically, you're actually, with the knowledge you have, starting to be able to let go of it. But when it comes to emotions and working through the emotions that got built up through the karma, especially if you had a lot of compassion and gave a lot of chances, it's almost like that actually brought down your feeling of worth. And another lesson you're having to learn is build that self-worth up without feeling like you need to explain yourself to anybody while you're doing it, because that can often come out too. And it keeps us stagnant because we just don't want to have to talk about our emotions when dealing with these things. I'm telling you, okay, Saturn energy is coming up so hard, so a lot of this really is karmic, and you guys need to realize when things are like that, it's not necessarily like you did something wrong. It's like things are balancing out. It's not like any kind of punishment. It's just literally a balance happening. And with this Ten of Wands reversed, it's almost like you're holding on to things that it's fine to give yourself more compassion for and letting go. Especially since, like, there's two cards here literally showing you that, like, you can just let it go and you're gonna be, and there's also the let it go card over here, but this energy is almost like guidance coming in and trying to help you release it, because, like, you're doing the work and learning, you're starting to tune in more. It's just like emotionally this is so draining for you. that even though logically you understand that you gotta move forward and let some things go, it's almost like you're so drained energy wise from this thing. Like, you can have energy everywhere else, but when it comes to this thing, it's like it just gets sucked out of you, and it's like you don't have anything in you to really deal with it. Both of these wanted to come out together. This is the Queen of Cups reversed and the Ace of Coins, and this is a very direct message here, especially coming out with let go. It's letting go of the need to base your worth on just how much you're not taking care of yourself, because this energy right here is like you need to take better care of yourself. You need to step back, because I mean, to put it simply, like, some of you are becoming bitches, like really rude ones, because you're just not stepping back and letting go of certain things that you don't really need to deal with. Like, it's just filling your time when you could be putting time into yourself and taking care of yourself, and that's what's really going to build your self-worth here with this Ace of Coins. It's like you are just holding your worth up and no one can touch it. And that comes from this grounding energy. It's stepping out of this energy that's very emotional and stepping more into this grounded energy where it's like, okay, there's certain things I shouldn't be dealing with right now because it's making me snap out. It's not fair to those around me, but also it's not fair to myself because I'm actually closing off my own healing, and that's why my self-worth is getting blocked off here. It's really. Oh. And Ace of Swords coming out on alignment over, like, so many freaking blades coming out right now, guys. But this is also making me feel like communication is really important for this group, but not necessarily the communication you are used to having. This is more of a newly learned way to communicate that is shedding these wounds in how you communicate. Because this communication is more in alignment with you letting go of this energy and being able to take care of yourself and be more aware of what you're doing. Because even though you're letting go of certain things, there's other stuff that you're allowing to sit with you and fester that's coming out in the way that's actually blocking off progress. So you need to catch yourself, you need to listen and be aware of it, and realize that just like this, you are the universe. What you're putting out in your environment around you is what's going to stay in your environment. You're creating your universe with your energy over here. And all of this Saturn energy is basically saying, like, also, quite possibly you're creating your karma, or you could be coming up on your Saturn return, which basically shows you a whole lot of what you've been doing with, you know, the stuff in your life. But with this energy here, this Ace of Swords coupled with this alignment, it's like aligning yourself with the discernment and the truth. Like I was saying with this let go thing, it's like being very discerning, honest, not just with other people, but with yourself, is going to actually help with all this. So, and then on bottom of the deck, oh, am I echoing? Is it better? I don't know what makes the thing echo. I don't know if it's like me moving away and then it adjusting to where I am. But, because I did kind of move away and was trying to adjust myself in the middle of that, because this chair isn't that comfortable. But, but with the King of Wands on the bottom of the deck here, this is like really warning against, like I said, with that Queen of Cups reversed, it's like just being really impatient and kind of very pushy with others because you aren't working through what you need to work through here. And let it adjust again because I had to move my seat. But this whole energy right here is trying to tell you you can easily be this King of Wands energy, or you can be this High Priestess energy. The reason you're going to be more in this King of Wands energy is if you're not allowing your emotions to be processed and work through them, and you're just stifling them to put yourself like a martyr doing other things for people so you don't have to pay attention to it. And that's going to put you more in this angry energy that gets very controlling, it lashes out, it wants to be heard, but not necessarily in a productive way. I need water over here. So let's see. Hey, bae, how you doing? I'm doing good. We're doing our collective reading. So let's go ahead and get into some more planetary energies since we kind of started getting into it with this. Okay, this Saturn energy is a little bit ridiculous because like how I was talking about Saturn earlier, you literally have Saturn and it says truth and it's reversed. I mean, why did I for those of you who were like, well, it's probably not for me, just in case it was for you and you weren't listening, Saturn is not going to treat you well if you're not telling the truth to others and yourself. Just like another thing coming out here. And it literally comes from giving yourself the compassion and care you need. Otherwise, you're going to keep doing and repeating this pattern. And you're going to keep getting these certain things being sent to you that are annoying the shit out of you. Because it's like, you know, you need to start learning. Hello. My goodness. Okay, we have Aquarius. And like I was saying earlier with networking and finding knowledge and things that you need, some of it's probably going to come out on the internet. And this says I know on here on this card. And this whole energy is basically like, you know what you need to let go of. You know what you're working towards. Like I said, the logic's there. But the emotion, like the logic side with that Aquarius energy is there, and you know what you need to do, but it's the emotion that is coming from this dishonesty with yourself and possibly with other people that's making you hold on to things. It possibly could be like a mask you're holding on to, and that's why you're afraid to just let things down, because it's almost like allowing yourself a vulnerability that you don't allow yourself. And then we have Sun, Spirit, reversed. Like I was telling you guys, this energy, what you're putting into your environment is what you're getting back. And having this here with Sun being reversed, Sun can be both the ego and the heart. With this being reversed, it's making me think you guys are more in your ego, because you're holding on to this. I don't know how else to put it but crap. But you're like holding on to, especially with this color scheme going here, it's like you're being told that you can start releasing these things that actually will benefit you, because you can take care of yourself instead of taking on these things that, you know, it's complete, the cycle's over, like go ahead and move on with it. But it's like, it's almost like they don't want you to process to the point that it goes past processing and turns into obsession. because that's what can happen when you're more in ego, is you're not realizing that you're becoming obsessive with what you're doing, and that's why you're clinging to it, is because you're trying to make it make sense, but it's already past the point of making sense. Like, right now you're just revolving around in a circle and you're holding on to these things that are even trying to fall away on their own, and you're like trying to make sense of them even leaving on their own. It's like you can't just let it go the way it's supposed to. And it's starting to spill out. Okay, guys, just in case we weren't aware, there is an eclipse coming up on Monday. Just wanted to jump out of the freaking deck. But it says change. This is like a straight thing coming out for this eclipse on Monday, saying that this shit needs to change. Just straight up. Just wants to throw it out there, and it's coming out on this energy where it's like the let go card, the Queen of Cups reversed, the needing that's being clarified by like how you're finding your value right now, and needing to find it more through taking care of yourself as opposed to being a martyr and having an attitude about it. It's like this thing is just like this needs to change. Like this energy that it's like what you're doing and it needs to change. It's like a straight call out with how that one jumped out right there. Okay, we're just gonna have flippers here. And the last one is Neptune with sacrifice. And with this energy coming out over here with this truth and alignment, yeah, you're going to have to sacrifice. You're going to have to let go of parts of you that you held up in order to either keep face, in order to keep up a certain mask that was beneficial to you in the past that's now hurting you, because it's doing a lot more harm than good in this situation. And start moving more into realizing that there's certain things, like this Three of Swords here is saying, like, finally releasing these things that were very hurtful and had a very painful effect. It's like learning what sacrifices are worth it and learning how to heal your heart through your truth here. It's like coming more into alignment with what is actually worth your energy and what is worth your time, what is worth your love. Like yourself is worth your love, just saying. And then the bottom, guys, I feel like this Cancer energy reversed. I feel it's just like I don't want to feel. I don't want to admit the truth. I want to hide. I know what's going on, and I know like change is needed here, but this focus of where this sacrifice energy is going, it's like you have to allow yourself to feel here. This High Priestess coming out over here with your intuition, with all this moon energy, is Cancer energy. It's like allowing yourself the nourishment, allowing yourself healing, allowing yourself to process. And like I said, don't be in the process where you're making it obsession, because obsession is your ego here. This being reversed is also warning against allowing the feelings to turn into obsession. Feel it, process it, but don't obsess over it, because that's what ends up creating blockages and stopping you from moving forward with a lot of things. So let's see what the Muse has. What's going on with the Muse? Oh. So I think the story just wanted to go ahead and jump out on its own. So we're just going to go with it. We got the Emperor, the Knight of Emotions, the Seven of Emotions reversed, the Seven of Voices, and the Page of Voices reversed. Like I was saying, a whole lot of just emotions and thoughts running amok over here. And Two of Voices reversed, very bottom, is making that decision. This whole thing, first with the Emperor, like they're literally yelling here. You're in control. Like this chick's like a boss bitch over here. Like how she's just like showing up like, come at me, and her hair is like wild and curly like mine. But this whole energy, and plus these streams that I'm seeing with her, is really making me think of music. And it's almost like being in your own theme song almost. It's like the theme song of your life right now, and you're in control of it. You're the composer. And you need to understand that this is the truth right now. Like, this is what's trying to come through, going right straight back to that grounding card. Like, this truth is trying to come out and help you realize you are safe and in control here. And with this energy, it's like, you know, with this Knight of Emotions, these things coming in that you're allowing to... What you're allowing yourself to process is what's allowing you to let certain things go. And you already, like, it's coming out on Aquarius. Like, you know these things you've been working through. And with the Seven of Emotions right here connecting it, it's like, you know the truth. It's like it's telling you over and over again, you know the truth here. Like, the illusion's been swept away. And this new feeling of trying to heal, even though it's not something you're used to, maybe it's scary because, like, part of your identity, which that's what happens when you're healing ego wounds, it can feel like part of your identity is being lost, especially if some of it lied within that mentality of where that illusion was placed, whether it was a mask, whether it was a mindset that was keeping you from taking control of your life. And this Seven of Voices over here, especially coming with, once again, this ego type energy, coming with this lunar eclipse, it's like, it's literally like having this deceitful feeling. Don't let it deceive you. Like, don't let these wounds and these things that make you either self-conscious or make you lack the confidence that makes you lash out in certain ways. Don't allow it to deter you from the change you're trying to make, because it's all those voices in your head going on that are going to keep you from actually moving forward here, especially with this Page of Voices here. It's over here like there is so much swirling around in the mind. Even your own mind can be an enemy if you're not allowing yourself to really be honest. Like, if you're fighting it, you're becoming your own enemy here, when you can actually be completely in control of the situation. And it's like two of voices reverse. It's like trying to tell you overall, yes, there's a lot of things coming in that you're hearing. There's a lot of things that can be trying to change your opinion of certain things. But the only way you're going to know what you're okay with is sitting with yourself. As much as you don't want to, because it seems like you honestly would rather hold on to the things that are kind of keeping this energy around you like a bubble, when in reality it's just hiding your worth from you, instead of you realizing that you just need to be there for yourself for once, instead of telling other people to be there for you. Like, it's literally choosing this, but at the same time, you have to be honest first. Like, you're gonna keep choosing to repeat the cycle that keeps the protection up if you're not honest with yourself, because it's comfortable. And a lot of times going in the truth is extremely uncomfortable. And in this scenario, it really seems like it was very painful. And being honest with yourself means having to work through that pain, and that's why a lot of you are very turned off towards this, and you're just allowing the truth to sit where it is because you'd rather not deal with the pain. When that's the one thing that's going to allow you to gain control of everything, is actually allowing yourself to process it. So let's see. Once this decides to come out over here. What the fairies would like to say. Okay, first thing we have out over here is protect your dreams. Pretty much telling you guys once again that you're the ones in control of this. Don't go giving up on things because of this one. Because of stuff. This like is this one, and you guys are just draining the life away from you guys, draining your happiness. But it's like the truth of this situation makes me feel like I'm dying. It's like, okay, but a lot of times these really painful deaths, it's like even though the death card isn't up here, which I still have another tarot deck, who knows, it might show up. But even though the death card isn't up here, it's pretty much having that energy. This is a very painful ending. It feels like death. And the truth really freaking hurts. And it's bringing in these new feelings that you probably haven't had to deal with before. And that's why it's feeling so heavy. That's why it's feeling like this Saturn energy. And it's forcing the truth. And the more you fight it, well, the more you're hindering yourself, the more you're draining yourself. And also the more you're actually blocking yourself from your potential as well. So we have come together right here, which I'm not gonna lie, when I pulled this out I heard get your shit together instead of come together, and it's coming out with all this energy of having, like I was telling you, creating your environment with what you're doing right now, and like thieving your joy and deceiving yourself when you know the truth. And it's like trying to logically work your way out of the truth. That's your ego. If it's trying to logically work its way out of what you know is true, like that's your ego like coming in and being like, no, let's stay in the situation. I have plenty of reasons to stay here, but that's because you're comfortable. And it's like you gotta get it together a little bit here. And if you are feeling very overwhelmed, there's different things you can do to help yourself. Some of it being actually allowing yourself to be a little creative, even if you're feeling very blocked, even if it doesn't make sense. Just do something, especially with sun energy. It's very solar plexus. It's very like allowing your inner child to do something without judging it. So that could actually help you come out a little bit and start being a little easier on yourself with this. Well, they want to send you guys blessings. I mean, magical blessings. They want to send this to you guys. I mean, they're freaking throwing it into the air. But this being reversed here is almost like, yeah, I guess who is stealing their own blessings? It's pretty much like pretty good call out there. And go ahead and scoop these over here. With this coming out under all this energy, like I was saying, with that Queen reverse, dealing with your own like self-worth and really learning to have to answer to these changes that are coming to you and not listen so much to these outside, well, okay, whatever that was, outside voices that want to come in and just take, or come in and beat you down, or maybe it's even past energy coming back again, which can easily happen during any of these kinds of energies, especially with communication, because of all this Gemini Sagittarius type energy. This is a funny message. This has moderation. Usually, if, reversed, you'd be thinking, like, oh, they're definitely not moderating. No, this coming out where it's, like, sitting here with these energies, with, your alignment, with you being completely honest, knowing where you're putting your energy, and knowing that your sacrifices need to be more towards your own healing. Like, this is saying there should be no moderation in this area. Like, you should be free flow, allowing this. Like, quit cutting yourself short here and saying, like, well, I only need this much self-love to get through my day. Like, this self-care, whatever it is. It's like saying, quit cutting yourself short here. There should be a freaking abundance of this energy, abundance of honesty, and wanting to align with what actually is good for you and healing yourself. It's like, the only thing that's happening, though, is this self-worth being so based off of these different running tracks in your mind. It's like you're also not allowing moderation for that. It's like you're just letting that go. So if you are really stuck in not doing that, catch yourself and realize that you can be turning this energy, this revolving door kind of energy, into a bunch of truth and self-care, as opposed to cutting yourself short. And bottom of the deck energy. So we got journey reversed. Your asses ain't going nowhere. It's pretty much this energy. It's like it's like, quit trying to run from this, especially with this Neptune energy coming up here. Escapism is not going to help you with this. There's no way you can get, it's like a part of you. You can't, like, run away from you. You can, but you're not going to be a happy person. You're going to be this reverse Queen of Cups and this reverse King of Wands. It's like, that's what your dualities are going to be like. I mean, and that's not very nice dualities to be throwing around at people. That's the way you're going to be communicating. I mean, if that's how you want to come off in the world and you are happy with feeling dead inside, by all means, have at what you're doing. But I don't think most of us here want that. So, listen when you're being told to listen to yourself a little bit more. And then, let's see what the Ethereal Visions has to say. I like how I literally just said you guys aren't going nowhere, and you get the Three of Wands reversed. Coming out for the first thing here is that whole I keep hearing that one song, just waiting on the world to change kind of thing. It's like I just keep hearing that over and over. And you're the one in control of it changing, and what you're doing is you're not being honest with yourself about it. It's like, things can change, but you have to take the reins a little bit here. You can't be so passive. Okay, this straight up is more of that playing the victim energy when it comes to this situation. It's like I said, if you're happy with the whole dead inside routine, by all means, do you. Like, that's your own thing. But if you're wanting to, like, come out of this energy, all it takes is really just being honest with yourself. Like, yes, you have a weakness for whatever this is. You have a huge weakness for it, however it's affecting you in your life or in your past. But you can take this strength back if you start nurturing the actual truth you have as opposed to nurturing the mask. So and then we have the well. And what's interesting is this is all about creation. Like the deepest form of artistic expression, soul expression. Like I was saying, you guys create in your environment. If you want to move out of this energy and get your stuff going and see the truth for what it is and start moving through these things, your environment is going to change around you. You're going to be creating a whole new environment because you're wading through these energies and being honest with yourself. And actually, you're going to see the changes quite rapidly because you're allowing yourself to walk out of this energy, which is that energy of your ego protecting you very heavily so that way you don't get hurt. And then I love how this stuff loves just reiterating things, because we get the Knight of Pentacles, and I'm trying to tell you guys, like, this started by saying this is an inward revolution. This isn't something that is trying to tell you that, because if you notice, we haven't had a whole lot of Pentacles come out besides your self-worth with the Ace of Pentacles, and now this Knight of Pentacles, which is saying very slow-moving energy. This is going to be slow-moving because you're going to be doing a lot of work to get through this. Sorry about that little kick there. But it's still going to be movement, and you have to realize that. You have to be grateful for the little things that are coming up around you here, because as it is, if you're seeing change when you're actually trying to make this change, you need to be proud of yourself for it. But also don't rush it, because this eclipse energy is going to last a long ass time. So if you're starting to make the changes, that's what's important. Don't feel like, oh shit, the eclipse passed, that's my door, oh well. Like, no, it's trying to tell you need to get started, at least. Like, start being honest with yourself if you're going to do anything, and then start working towards these things, because it's like trying to show you, like, this is where this blockage is, this is where your main focus needs to be in order to work past this, so that way you can come out of this energy and move forward. Because this is almost trying to tell you guys a little story here. And having this Ten of Cups come out with this magical blessings and moderations reverse, this is really trying to you guys got the Emperor twice. Okay, like, you got it in this deck and in that deck. I don't know how much they're going to yell at you that you're the ones that have control of the situation. But, this Ten of Cups coming out right here is trying to say, like, what was once emotionally fulfilling, what was something that you once clung to that seemed like it was your world. Sometimes things need to go. It doesn't seem like a blessing at the time, but it's making way for you to actually realize that you're a blessing to yourself. And that's what mindset needs to change here. It's not like just what's around you is the blessings. You're a blessing to yourself as well. And that comes a lot with being able to take control and have this Emperor energy over your life, as opposed to allowing it to be run by outside circumstance and just waiting on something to come in and change it for you. Like, you're being made to step up and change inside, because only you can do that. Only you can be honest with yourself. Someone can't come up to you and make you be honest with yourself. You can choose to stay in this energy, or you can choose to start slowly working out of it and realize that you hold the keys to all the doors you want to open. You just kind of have to start. You just got to start, and it all starts with that grounding energy and pulling yourself back in your body instead of trying to, these are just wanting to jump out. We want to talk about some self-care. Oh, you can, yeah. Only you can prevent the wildfires. But, or only you can light the fire in your soul also. So that is another one. But, let's see some self-care coming out here, since it seems like self-care is a pretty, big thing for you guys here. It's like learning that and being honest that you need it. Now, this is really interesting because I was gonna talk about this earlier, but in this picture, she's actually holding this, I'm not sure what to call it, but it looks like a pendulum, but it's emitting like the essence, the smoke and everything. And then for self-care, we have aromatherapy over here. So it's like, I feel like this is tying back to the environment. Like, make sure you have smells around you that actually bring up either good memories or help you create like more of a fresh feeling, as opposed to like, especially if I don't know why this is coming up, but if you got some kind of dirty stuff lying around, or moldy food or trash or something, I don't know why moldy food wants to come in, moldy cookies, but if you guys have anything like that, yeah, it's gonna be stinking some shit up, and you need to clear that out, because you're just gonna keep feeling bad about yourself for seeing it. Okay, I love how a lot of you were getting really pulled to fairies and going on about fairies, and it literally says look for fairies. Like I was saying, you guys, this is all about seeing the magic in life as opposed to seeing only what's happened in circumstances. It's like seeing what's around you right now. And when you're honest with yourself, you actually tend to start finding a lot more beauty in things as well. We got sound healing, you know, like my little triangle. But this can also be, I mean, like how I have calm music playing in the background. It's like there's so many different ways you can do sound healing, even if it's just listening to music that brings you to a certain emotion that can help you process things. It's really doing what helps you when it comes to what you're hearing. Now, if there's certain things you're hearing that are really putting like either a huge drain on you, or especially since this is coming out with all this very draining, like holding on to crap energy, try something new, especially if it's people that you're listening to that are doing that. Try maybe substituting some of that drama for like actually watching a show you like, or listening to music you like, or maybe even taking up a hobby where you're making music, or you get like a little instrument that you're playing, so that way you're filling your time with that instead of listening to people's kind of pointless venting that's taking up your time and not really adding to your life. And then we have movement coming out, and this on top of this eclipse energy with change. This is a lot about, I feel like for one thing, since the cosmos is kind of being seen throughout her figure, is learning how, and this is going back to you are the universe, it's like learning how to appreciate your body like it is a temple. I know a lot of us, it's hard for us to do that with circumstances that we have, or just certain things that we're going through, but it's starting the little things towards actually creating routines and time for yourself, so that way, like, say, I mean, a small thing is like allowing yourself to stretch for like 2 minutes or 5 minutes in the morning when you get up, just so like you're doing something without jumping straight into what other people either want to say or what's going on in the world. It's like you're just taking this peaceful moment that's just you, haven't looked at anything yet when you wake up, and having like some slow stretches. It doesn't have to be something crazy. It doesn't have to be a tree pose like this chick's doing. You can literally just do like little stretches and just be at peace that you just woke up, you enjoyed yourself, and then get on with your day. But it's like creating little things like that will start making other routines. It'll start making it to where it's like, well, I can add this little thing. And then instead of it being a little thing, like how this is saying, like you don't have to do it in moderation, like self love doesn't need to be moderated. It's like once you start getting used to being okay with taking time, you'll take more increments for doing things for yourself. And it can easily be any of these things as well that you start making more time for. But it just takes that step when you're not used to doing it. And then, okay, so we got the eclipse, and then we have sync with the moon. So, so I don't know what else to tell you guys on that. Like, get on with the moon cycles. It might be telling you guys that it would be a good idea to see how you feel on certain phases of the moon. So that way, if you're noticing an energy dip, you know that you can allow yourself rest. Don't feel guilty for allowing yourself rest. That is self-care as well. But also, with this energy, it's also allowing yourself to start learning freedom, as even though you're going in a cycle, it's starting to learn all the new that can happen even though you're in a cycle. It's like the moon's teaching you through its phases just how much stuff changes and yet it stays the same. So it's being able to learn that your truth stays the same even if your environment changes around you. And that's what all this learning is going to do. It's why you're going to be able to let go of things easier. And then bottom is positive affirmations. It's just literally be kinder with how you talk to yourself. This, like, straight across her throat chakra right here is I love myself. Like, right there, it's like, I'm going to tell myself I love myself. And, pretty much everything here is like feeling worthy, being grateful, healthy, happy, brave, beautiful. There's like all of this kind of energy is saying like, you know, just start doing this for yourself instead of feeling like you don't deserve it. Don't feel like there isn't any magic in your days, because then you're going to sit there thinking there is none. It's like this mindset that we kind of all need to get to, because this is like a collective reading. It's like getting to this place where we don't feel guilty about doing these things, and also don't feel guilty if you have the time to do these things, because that's another thing that happens too. It's like, you know, other people don't have the time for this, and then you're feeling guilty that you actually have the time to do this. No, like, if you're being given the time to do this right now, there's a reason for that. If you're being made to sit and given time to actually find this out about yourself, it's because something is coming up where you're going to have to be able to use this. So don't just throw it by the wayside if you're being given this opportunity. And that's why it's coming through so much, that especially with this Emperor energy coming up multiple times, trying to let you know that you're the one that's controlling this. Like, you just need to start making these steps. And if you start doing it now, it'll get easier. Just do, like I said, start with a couple minutes of something. Even if it's making yourself something warm while it's cold. It's cold where I am. I know it's freaking cold. But making yourself like a cup of cocoa and just sitting there listening to a song you like. Just something that kind of breaks you out of whatever you're doing for a few minutes. So that way, and don't sit there and think about all the other crap going on either. This is literally a time for you to just relax with nothing. And then you can go back to stuff. But allow yourself that detox time, because that's kind of what it is detoxing yourself from literally all the scattered energy around you. And just allow yourself to only focus on the thing you're doing. If you're drinking the cocoa, you're only drinking the cocoa and looking at it. It's like, just allow yourself to be there and just rest a little bit, or just listen only to the music instead of being all wrapped up in everything. And then you'll have a calm way to start going back into things. And that's a way to kind of start grounding your energy. Do physical things for a short amount of time that kind of bring you in, especially if it's hard for you to meditate on your own. Just doing physical things like being really present when you're making food, being really present when you're listening to music, just something that kind of brings you down and makes you have to focus on it. As long as you can start out with that for a couple minutes, because songs are usually a minute to 5 minutes or something. If you're just listening to a regular song you like, if you're listening to meditation music, that can go on for eons. But this kind of thing is just if you like smelling things. I don't know other way of putting aromatherapy, but if you just like scents and things like that, and you have different scents that you kind of put off, they're just kind of like tucked away behind stuff, like a favorite candle or something, light it for a few minutes a day and just sit there like really liking the scent. Like, you don't have to leave it lit like all day long. Like, just enjoy it for a little bit and then go to things you're doing. Or if you're cleaning, light it while you're cleaning, so it's like you have this nice scent while you're doing something, because clearing energy out of your space like while you're cleaning is really good too. It opens up, so it makes it to where that movement while you're cleaning is good for you and it's clearing out energy, but you're also taking in certain scents that are lighting you up too. Like citrus can give you like a nice boost of energy, but everyone has their favorite scents that make them feel a certain way. My candle burn all day. Well, as long as you're paying attention to it. I've seen candles explode before because people weren't paying attention to it burning down to nothing. But, I mean, if it's something that calms you and works throughout the day, if it's not, you might want to look into different scents just in case, because some can actually amp us up. I don't know what it is with, I think it's cinnamon, but cinnamon gives me a boost of energy, and most times I do not need a boost of energy with how I am. So I smell it. It's like that big red gum. I think it reminds me of middle school is what it is. So it's like the big red gum smell and like going back to like that kind of energy. But it's like I don't need that kind of energy. Usually it's like I'm better off with like a citrus or a floral smell. But it's like something light, because scents are very heavy to me. But all of us are going to be different. Some people love heavy scents, and it's like if it's going to knock somebody out, it's like their favorite thing. So everyone is different. But this is what is coming through for you guys for this collective read. I hope you guys enjoyed having 3 tarot decks come out in this one. And I mean, even though it's hard to have this honesty, like this is something we're all going through with different situations right now. It's like really starting with that honesty with ourselves, and like, are we taking care of ourselves? And I can be completely honest with you guys. I know I'm not. Just looking at how this thing is saying, like, I'm like, yeah, I need to get better about doing this for myself. So it's not like I'm sitting here like being on some kind of pedestal saying I'm doing all this. It's like, I'm letting come out whatever's going to come out, and then I'm kind of looking at it like, yeah, I probably need to be doing that too. Or there's things I used to do that I was slacking on and things like that. So it's almost like being honest with yourself where you're doing certain things. But yeah, this is where I'm going to stop for you guys today. Because I'm going to be live on Facebook later, so that should be fun. But I need to take a break, and I'm going to start listening. I'm going to take care of myself. I'm going to eat something, kind of relax a little bit, and then do the reading, because usually I go straight from lives into barely giving myself 30 minutes in between and just jumping straight on and doing a Facebook one. But I'm gonna start listening. So, you guys take care of yourselves too. I'll see you tomorrow. We're gonna have a fun astro chat because we're gonna be going over the eclipse, which came up quite a bit in this reading. So, since it's collectively being spoken of a lot, we'll go over the eclipse's chart tomorrow, and then I'll read a couple of your charts with the eclipse transits. Unless you guys want to do more like last week, where we can use the eclipse to learn certain aspects and stuff. So it's completely up to you guys what you would rather do, or we can do a combo. But I love helping you guys learn about that stuff as well. And plus, towards the end of the month, there's going to be a big announcement. So it's kind of why you guys aren't seeing any contests right now. There's just a bunch of stuff in the air that's happening. So I am trying to, because I'm trying not to spread myself too thin with everything I have going on. But like I said, taking care of myself better. But I will see you guys tomorrow. We'll have fun with the Sagittarius eclipse chart, and we'll go over that and then go from there on what you guys want to do. And then later tonight, I'm going to be hopping on for a couple hours and doing Facebook live readings as well. So I will see you guys either tonight if you're coming to the Facebook live, or I will see you tomorrow when we do the Astro chat. But you guys, I love how Nightbot has to scream at everybody, before I go. Let's just scream at everybody. But you guys take care of yourselves, and I will see you tomorrow.